Hey guys, it's Carissa here and Jinxie, as you can see. And Alex and I were just talking earlier about something, and it reminded me of something I actually wanted to share with you guys from my daughter's soccer game yesterday. And so I just think it's really, really timely. And there's maybe some of you are going through this exact same thing. And so, like I said, there's just been a lot of things today that is like this is just a really timely message. And it's the fact that, like, as coaches, we cheer others on. We're really good about that. We're really good about seeing the best in others. Hey, you guys, I see some of you joining. For some reason, I can't see who is on. So if you're joining, say hi, leave a comment here. And so we're really good about cheering others on, right? We're really good about, like, seeing the best in people and seeing what they can't even see themselves. But then when it comes to ourselves, like, we oftentimes are our own worst critic, right? And I don't know about you, but I know that has totally been true for me in the past, and Alex as well. And so, yesterday I was at my daughter's soccer game, and I grew up with a coach for a dad, and not like a really like supportive, kind of coach. Speaking of, hey Alex. And so, so I grew up with that kind of just critical, condemning kind of sideline, things. That's why I didn't really get into sports, right? But my daughter's in soccer now. And so I've been very intentional being on the sidelines as a parent at her games, at her practices, to cheer her on. To every time one of the girls on her team, they do something right, they do something good, even if they try but they miss, I'm always like yelling for them and cheering them on. And my son, who is a huge introvert, okay, he gets really embarrassed. And yesterday, several times, it was raining and he had an umbrella, and several times he would just kind of like hide back behind with his umbrella, like, I'm not with her, because really every 5 minutes or less, really, I was yelling and cheering and being like, go, way to go you, and yelling the girls' names out, and saying, good job girls, way to try, and everything. Just really trying to support them and cheer them on and point out to them the moments that they did things well, and the good things that they did, even when they didn't achieve their goal, but they were still doing good things. They were still hustling. They were still trying their best. And those were good things. And so anyways, but my son, it really embarrassed him because he doesn't like attention. And here's, this redheaded woman yelling, over and over, but really positive stuff and cheering them on. And he's like, Mom, they know, you don't have to tell them, they know. And I'm like, no, like, they may not know, right? Because there really aren't a lot of other parents, at least not where we are, that really cheer for the tries and cheers for the good. It's a lot of just kind of what they only kind of yell when there's something wrong, when they're trying to get their kids to do something, and rather than yelling for them when they're doing things that are right. And so my son was embarrassed, and I was thinking about that. Like, I was like, no. And I told him at some point, like, he's like, Mom, just stop. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to stop, because they need to know that we are cheering for them. They need to know that we are here for them and we believe in them, and that we're cheering them on. And so anyways, and I was thinking about that, like, as coaches, right? Like, that's how we are with our clients. We see the best in them. Even when they fall flat on their face, we still see how the things that they did were good. That was a learning lesson. That was an opportunity to grow and do better and improve, right? And we're there to cheer them on when they make their goals and all of these wonderful things. And it's an awesome opportunity. There's not really very many opportunities like it, to be able to come alongside these people and cheer them on and support them and be there for them through that process. But as good as we are as coaches, right? As good as we are with other people, right? We often are very, very hard on ourselves. We often do not give ourselves the same grace and space. I say that a lot in our house, grace and space. We don't give ourselves the same grace and space as we give other people, as we give our clients, right? As we give our friends, as we give our colleagues, right? As we give maybe our kids and our family. And so, I know for me, I absolutely, I've come a long way, but even now, like, it's hard for me to see sometimes how I am being critical of myself and being my own worst critic and holding myself back, and how I cheer everyone else on, but I forget sometimes to cheer myself on, right? And Alex and I, we were just sharing, we were on a meeting earlier, and we were talking about how we need each other. We need each other in this world, in this life, to see the things that we can't sometimes see for ourselves, right? And there was a moment we were talking, and Alex totally called me out on something. I was like, thank you for calling me out. That's so true that you called me out. Yeah, no, I know that's not what you're talking about, but yeah, he called me out on something that I was like, and I'm like, thank you for calling me out on that, because we don't hear ourselves sometimes, right? We're so consumed with our own selves. We're so inside of our own selves that we need other people to see what we can't sometimes see, right? Because they only see a small portion, so they're able to pick up on the things that we are just kind of drowning in, right? Yeah, I knew what you meant, Alex. I was just picking on you. He says, so true that we need each other. And so, yes, we do. Alex and I need each other. We need our other colleagues and friends. We need our spouses, Josie and Brandon. We need our kids. Like, there are so many people. We need you guys. Like, you guys see things in us that we don't see in ourselves, just like we're able to see things in you that you don't see in yourselves, right? And that's this beautiful, beautiful kind of just coaching client, just relationship between people, right? And that we're able to help each other. I know at my mastermind in Denver, like, there was a moment where I was like, hey guys, like how do y'all do this? Like, how do you see this, right? And like, I got their feedback, I got their vision, their perspective that I didn't have, something that I didn't grow up with, something that I was missing, that I was curious about. And my clients, they had a vision and a perspective that I didn't. And it was so awesome to see that from their perspective, to see something that they had that I was not able to see for myself. And so I want you to just, one, give yourself the grace and space and the awareness to know that, hey, even though I'm really good at helping others and cheering others on and being there for others and seeing the best in others, I don't always do that for myself. If that's true for you, if it's not, awesome. But if it is, just allow yourself just to acknowledge that, not to heap guilt upon yourself, not to bury yourself, right, in condemnation, but just to acknowledge that, yeah, I've done this. I do this sometimes. And yeah, that isn't helping me. That isn't giving me the same treatment that I give my clients and other people in my life. And so there's a little exercise that I've done for years with different people, and it really helped me. This was kind of, I discovered this just for myself on my own when I was working through some stuff with my past. And then I was able to share it with a whole lot of other abuse survivors over the years. And it's really, really good. And it really applies to like all situations. So no matter what you've been through, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. This is really, really just a simple but powerful exercise that you can kind of put yourself into, Jinx, to be able to see things more clearly for yourself, right? And I call it the reverse shoes test. Okay, now maybe there's if y'all come up with a better name for it, feel free to let me know. But this is what I've always called it, the reverse shoes test. And what it means is, we're so often used to thinking about like, well, let me put myself in this person's shoes, right? To be able to extend empathy and gain understanding and have compassion, right? Maybe more realistic expectations, things like that, right? We do this for other people, right? So we think about, okay, if I were to put myself in this person's shoes, blah, blah, blah. But the reverse shoes test is where we put someone else in our shoes and we ask ourselves what we would say to that person if they were in our shoes. And so, for example, that may be putting your spouse in your shoes or your child. This is the one that I actually found is the greatest, most powerful one, is when you put your child in your shoes. And you say, how would I talk to my child if they were in my shoes? Would I tell them the same things that I tell myself? Ooh, right? Like all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, like what have I been saying to myself, right? We just really become aware of how unhealthy and how damaging. Hey, Nick, I can't see the people that are on. I don't know why, but I just saw you so I see you now. And so we're so hard on ourselves. We're our own worst critics so many times. And so by putting other people in our shoes, right? Whether that's our friends, whether that's our spouses, our children, our loved ones, our clients, there's a big one, right? Then we are able to ask ourselves, are the things I'm telling myself, are those really good things? Are the beliefs that I'm having about myself, are these really good things? Are the expectations that I'm holding myself to, the requirements and standards that I'm holding myself to, are these really good things, right? And when we put someone else in our shoes, we automatically kind of are able to see from a much clear, healthier, a better perspective that allows us to see things for how they truly are, right? And so because, again, we're a lot harder on ourselves and we require a lot more of ourselves than we really should, all right? And so this helps us to see things from a more proper, clear perspective when we put someone else in our shoes and ask ourselves if we would say to them and require of them the same things that we do of ourselves. So hopefully this was helpful. And if there is something, I would love for you guys, if you're feeling brave enough, if you're feeling vulnerable enough, if any of you know Alex and myself, this is a non-judgment zone. This is, where transparency is embraced and welcomed and encouraged. And so hopefully Alex and I have that same model for you. Shoe reversal, yeah, possibly. But then you may just get confused with like your shoes, right? Like, I don't know. And so if you are feeling brave enough and if you feel vulnerable enough and transparent enough, I would love for you to leave a comment and let us know what's something that you have told yourself or believed about yourself or required about yourself that now looking into it, you see, you're like, oh, wow, that was really like, that wasn't helpful or healthy, right? Or slippers. Slipper strategy is pretty nice, Alex. I like that one. And so share that with us in the comments if you're feeling brave enough. And if not, no worries. But if you are, definitely let us know. And so we can come alongside of you and reaffirm for you that yes, that is something that you no longer have to believe about yourself, that you no longer have to require of yourself, and you no longer have to tell yourself. All right. We love you guys. We are here for you. We believe in you so much. And if there's anything you need, let us know. See you.